So, all week we've been talking about smalls, haven't we?
Lots of underwear, getting a bit saucy.
What have we been doing? So we've been doing knickers, bras...
Girdles, corsets.
Yeah, all that's left really... We left it till Friday for you. Stockings.
Oh, man, I love stockings. You're going to get me in trouble. Now, what is it with men and stocking tops and high-heel shoes?
Because, what is it with the fact that girls know that the men react like that to the high heels?
What makes the world go round.
Easily pleased, honestly. Right, let's have a little film about it then, shall we?
Well, you did ask me, didn't you?
Yeah.
Here to ply your stock in trade is Ruth Goodman.
A shiny, slinky pair of stockings on a shapely leg. It's a very saucy image. Not what the ancestors had in mind when they wrapped skins round their legs to keep warm more than 5,000 years BC.
Stockings commonly come under the title of hosiery, which comes from an old word, hose or hoser, a Germanic term meaning covering the leg.
Some early examples can be seen in the Bayeux tapestry, when they were made from woven cloth. By the 16th century, they began to be knitted from wool, and men were showing them off royally.
16th century men, they were the lads, they were the peacocks, and of course there they are now in their trunk hose and their nether stocks, and the nether stocks are in beautiful colours, wonderful jewel-like colours. I mean, beautiful carnation reds and there's beautiful blues, yellow, sort of almost autumn colours, green, anything.
I'm reminded of Malvolio in Shakespeare with his yellow stockings, come to me in your yellow stockings with his cross-gartering.
Yes, I know. Because women wore them as well at the same... They too had colourful, but we didn't see it because it was
all under the skirt.
For the Elizabethan aristocratic lady, however, the very latest in fashion, the most beautiful of all, were knitted silk stockings. These, of course, were laboriously hand-knitted and cost as much as a servant's year's wages.
Then, in 1589, a Nottingham vicar called William Lees invented a knitting machine. There's one just like it here at Woollerton Hall.
Queen Elizabeth I actually refused the patent to William Lees. She was really worried that his machine would throw loads of hand knitters out of work. So it was another 200 years before the machines really came into their own.
Knitted silk continued to be the stocking of choice for the next 300 years, provided you could afford it, of course.
Here's some 19th century Victorian stockings, probably about 1850s, 1860s or so. The feel of silk like this is lovely, gorgeous. And here, these, quite a different character. 1920s, they're sort of cute and
They are, aren't they?
they make you
fun.
laugh too. There's something funny. It's a different world.
Nowadays, most stocking manufacture happens in the Far East. But in Nottingham, there's 2 factories, including a specialist producing stockings in the wonder material of the 1940s, on the very machines that made them in the 1950s. The wonder material was nylon. They were practical, luxurious, and that distinctive seam down the back let everyone know you were up with the fashion.
The nylon stocking is very sheer, as opposed to the opaqueness of silk that was before. There's an optical illusion with having a seam at the back as well, because it can make a leg look slightly narrower because your eye's drawn to the seam.
You're using the original machines to make the original stockings.
These you can stand at one end of the aisle and you can see everything, every part of the stocking down the leg as it's manufactured. We get through about 3,000 needles on both machines every month. They take a lot of looking after and they're very expensive.
The 60s. Skirts get shorter and in comes stockings' big contender, tights, all made possible with the development of stretchy lycra. Ever since, our legs have got wittier and wackier and cleverer.
The very latest thing in hosiery is the development of ladderless tights. Can't wait for those, eh?
Thanks very much, Ruth, for a week of undergarment.